Okie doke.
Okay, so we're going to be doing today some training on Canva, which is the most amazing software for designing images, all kinds of images. So anything you need for social media, presentations, blog images, website images, banners, all sorts of things, you can do it in here. And so you can get a free account, and I definitely recommend that you get a free account. You don't really need a paid account just for your ordinary everyday stuff. I know a lot of designers have paid accounts, but for most of us, all we need is just a free account. So I'm logged in on my free account. As we just go down, you can see you can create a design, you can do a presentation, you can do a Facebook post. It's got a whole lot of things here that you can go through and choose depending on what you want. So all kinds of things here that prompts for you. And as we just scroll down the page, you can see your design. So anything that I've put here is, you know, that I've designed myself for my purposes are in here, and I can go back and edit them or use them again or duplicate them, whatever. So there's a whole lot of things. So if we go down here, these are all the different options and things we have. So the other great thing, which I'm just going to get rid of that in the corner for a minute, we can also, as well as doing a custom image, which is over here. So if you can just see below the banner, it says custom dimensions. And if you've got something that you need, like when I do my blog images, I need a special size. So I would go here, I'd click on that, I'd put my width of my image and the height in pixels, and I could create it and open that and then go ahead and start designing. Now that isn't what we're going to do today, because just for the purposes of this training, we may as well start with something nice and easy, and we're going to do, I think we'll just do a Facebook post. So we go to here and click on it, and it's going to bring our page up. So basically, we've got a whole lot of different templates here. You can see over on the left-hand side, I'm not sure if you can see my cursor, recently used. So it might have some different templates that I've used in there at different times. I don't think we want a coronavirus Facebook post. You've got all different options. Look, sales, Halloween, food, birthday, lots and lots, but what we might do is see all, and then you just get to see all the different templates, and you can choose a template or you can design yours from scratch. So what I'm going to do is just go through all the different tools and features first. First of all, down the sidebar. So the top is the templates. Uploads is where you can upload any of your own images or logos, and it will all stay in here waiting for you to use it again. So as we go down here, you can see I've uploaded, because I do a lot of designing in here because I find it so easy. There's a lot of images in here that I can use, that I can, you know, repeat again. My logos are in here. So here you see my Judith Shuttleworth logo. I think further down, I've got my Hotswots, which is my digital marketing business. Here's my Hotswots one for my digital marketing business. And so I can choose any of those to insert into our post. If you know, though, that, you know, maybe you want something different, the first place you can search for photos, which some are free and some are paid, is under photos. And you can see there's a few options here at the top: food, beach, computer, summer. There's lots of different things. So for example, if we were looking for business, we might click that, and you can go down. Now anything that's, as you hover over it, it'll either say free or as we come down here, Pro means that you would have to pay for that image. So before you can get much further or download it at the end, they'll be telling you how much you owe them. It's not very expensive, but there's other ways that you can get images. I would go and search on Google or first to see if I could find a Google image that's free, or I use another great site, which is Pexels, PEXELS.com. So that's Pexels, and you can also get some great images there. And then you just go to your upload and you'd upload it. So if you click on that, upload an image, it'll take me straight to my computer. So I would have had to have saved it from the Pexel file, obviously, onto my desktop or somewhere on my computer first, and then I'd just upload it like you would normally upload an image. So there's some pretty good ones though in here, and there are a lot of free ones. So, you know, it just depends what you want. Investment, I mean, you can go through, or, you know, you can search. So if you wanted, for example, marketing, you know, I'd put in whatever I'm looking for, scroll down, see if it's applicable or not, see if it gives me some ideas too. So if it is a bought one and I really like it, then I might go to Google or to Pexels and have a look for something similar. Elements is wonderful. That can give us kind of, you know, these kind of interesting things like these, if you're doing a quote, I use all sorts of things, blotches, colours. The other thing that I do often use is the shape, and you can use a shape, and we'll do that in a minute, to put behind some text, maybe with a bit of shading. So if you can't see text that you're putting on an image, you can put a background behind it so that you can actually see the text. So I do use this square one a lot and change the colour. Frames, there's stickers, there's charts, there's all sorts of things in here. I look for lines, flowers, whatever it is that you want to use to be creative. That's all under elements. Text, of course, we use text a lot. So you can go down here and you can, you know, if there's a font or something that you like, you might want to copy it from one of these. That's where what I look at here. If I'm looking at this text, I'd be looking at the fonts. So, you know, just for example, say I do like that one. I use that quite a lot. So if you click on it, it will just appear over here on the right-hand side on the image that we're going to make. And if I click on it again, it'll show me up here exactly what font that is that I'm using. So for the moment, we'll just delete that because we're not going to be doing that at the moment till we make our image. Music, I guess this looks like it's all paid. I don't use that. I haven't used that. Videos, again, I think, yeah, these look like these are all paid. And that's not a lot. Oh, that one says free. So there's probably, you can put a bit of animation into some of your things. Background, you can put some backgrounds in if you want to make your own, either, you know, full colours, or you can go down here and get some nice backgrounds with images or moon or all sorts of things. And again, you can search up here. So if we wanted, for example, to do beach, we would search that and all sorts of things will come up. That's nice. So, you know, you've got a picture of a heart. So that's the background. And then you can, you know, do folders. I think you have to pay to create folders. So as you can see, for my uploads and my images and things, nothing of mine is in folders, but it's fine. I don't have any problem at all, you know, not being able to find things. I just have to search right through them later. So once we're in here, let's just add a bit of text to that as though we're going to do a quote. So you can go up here and just click add a heading, subheading, or a little bit of body text. So what we might do is something like that, just for this training, so that we get our top menu bar up here so you can see some of these things. So if we go, we don't really want Open Sans Extra. So here, down here on the side, once you've clicked on it, you've got all the different fonts. And yes, again, the little crown means that they're paid. So I just steer clear of those. There's plenty of other really nice fonts. The one I use from my website that's part of my branding is Josephine Sans Regular. So I use that one. I use Montserrat a lot as well. And for example, so if we wanted to put this in here, you can see as I move it, you can pick it up, you can move it around. And I don't know if you can see, but there is a center line there for me. If I moved it down to the middle, I'd get this. It's a bit of a shame that I've picked a pink background. Let's pick something else. So let's go back to photos and go back to beach so that we can actually see those center lines so that what I'm lining up. Oh, that's paid. Let's put that one in. So you can see now as I'm dragging that up and down, I've got my horizontal and my vertical. So that's full on centered, if I want it centered. Now, as you can see, my image isn't quite big enough, but this is really easy to use. And you can see if I put my cursor over that little radial kind of dial on the corner, I can just drag that up or drag it for the middle until it fits that whole, if I want it to fit that whole background. That's about it. Just say I want to put that back up at the top. So let's just go through this top bar here and we'll just go through that. So the first one is fonts, where you can change the font. The second one is size. Now what you might want to do is highlight it to make sure that you're changing that, because you might have a few lines of text there. So make sure that you're doing this one, and I haven't actually highlighted it all. There we go. So just say we want it to be much bigger than the 60. We might go to 72. Let's write, life's a beach. It's not very deep, but for all intents and purposes for this, that's what we're going to do. So let's just say that we're going to choose some of our elements. We might want to put some inverted commas in because it is a quote. So again, I've just clicked on it from over here on the left and it's appeared somewhere. Now we obviously need to position it. We probably want to change the size. So again, you would just push that in until it's the size that you want it. And to change color, again, I've just clicked on it and we go up to this little color thing here. I don't know what color we want to make it, but you can either choose this here. You can copy and paste your hex number in if you know the number of the color that you want, or you can open up your little color chart here. Just say we want to make it red. It's not going to look particularly attractive, but maybe, we'll just make it black. It'll stand out. Now you may want them you may want that to be a little bit smaller so that it comes down here. And you may want to put the ones in the other side. Where's the other side of my quotation marks? Oh, there. Now I'm just going to check on this to see what size I made it. So you can see the width and the height comes up there, and I can see it's 138 width by about 105. So we would want to probably make this about the same, 138. So as I push that down, 138, 138. It's hard to get it right on. That was 139, so that's close enough. Now, just move that out of the road. We'll just move this down. So I'm just really dragging and dropping, playing with it. We would obviously want to make that the same color. So there's our quote. That's on here. So let's again go back up to here. So we've got the size, we've got the font, we've got the color of the text. So do we want to make the text, for example, white? So I'm just going to type in here white to show you how I would put a background in. Well, that doesn't look very good because we can't see it. So what I would do then, I would take this shape and I would position it behind my text. So it's just behind the text. I would probably do it. I would probably look at the color. So here it is back up to the color, which is the tan. I probably go black just so it looks better on this picture, but you can fiddle around. And then I'm just going to bring it back to the transparency back. So I've clicked up here on the top bar. You can see I've got that little icon with all the little dots, and I can drag that background probably back so it's see-through, but you can still see it behind. So it shows my text up basically on that image. Now, I'm not making a very beautiful image, but just for the all intents and purposes of this training video, you can see that that's, you know, what you can do. And if we click on it again, so then we've got, that's text color. You can do bold, you can do italics, you can do underline, you can position it left or right, and that'll do it either right aligned, left aligned, or center. You can make it capitals, which I don't really want to do. You can do a list. Spacing, that's quite a good one, because you might, if you've got a second line, sometimes you want to make the text on the line, on the second line, a little bit closer or further apart. So you'd use this here. Let's put another line in just so that you can see what I'm doing. If I just click on this, I'm just going to write, isn't life a beach? So what we might do is center it, and we obviously need to put our thing at the back. We need to make the, oops, you can go back as well. So anytime you want to go back, there's a little undo arrow here up at the top. So that's all right, that's gone off there. I'm just going to make that a bit bigger. I'm going to drag that down. I'm going to put my text here. And this would be where you'd put the spacing in. So we'd go up here and I'd do my line height. So it's just dragged that line back up so it's a little bit closer. And you can just position and kind of make things look, you know, however you want it. So if I just click on here again, so we get this top line, so that's our spacing. Position's really good. This is a great one. So if I wanted, for example, to add a bit more text in here and put my website or something, I might make the font a bit smaller. I can click on that and go up here to position and put it bottom center. So that's really good. And the other thing you can do with the images, if you wanted this back, you can click on that and put it backwards. So you can see I've now gone behind my background, which is really not what I want. We want it forward again, so that's fine. So if we go down here to the subheading, you can position that, you can put your website in there. And again, you might want to do www. blah, 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 blah. Can't see it very well, so it's not a great example. Copy style, that's a copy. I think that's adding a link. We don't need that. But basically, that's just going through. Oh, and you'd probably add a heading. So we might call it beach so we can remember. And then if you're happy with your image, once you've put it together, you just go up here. If you've got a page on Facebook, you can publish straight to the page. So if I wanted to put that on my digital marketing page, that would go straight there because I've got it linked, and I could actually write my post here and publish it. But you can do all sorts of things. Otherwise, you can choose what type of image you want, PNG or JPEG or PDF, however you want that to be, and you can also download. So then you download, and then you'd have to upload it again to Facebook if you want it in a group, for example, and it's not linked straight from Canva. So there's lots of things you can do, and basically you can just have a lot of fun fiddling around. But if we go back, I'm just going to take you back for a minute to some of my designs so that you can just see an example of some of the things that I do. So these are Facebook. And if I've got a group, for example, like this one, that I know I want the same size or similar images or some pictures that are on one that I use to another, then I'd go back in here and you can, duplicate, you can copy, you can bin, I can add notes to it, I can put a new one in. So for example, if I go back and find, pardon me, these are my blog images and they have to be a particular size. So as you can see up here, my blog size is 1024 by 682. So I don't have to keep doing that for a custom. I can just go in here and I can make my blog images, and I've got the size straight away. And I can keep them here. I can fiddle around with them. And I can come back. They're actually all stored here. It's really easy for me to find them. So that's probably our quick overview today for Canva. So I hope you've enjoyed that and I hope you got something out of it.
Thank you. That was awesome.
Now let me just stop.